and welcome to the latest edition of HSN Gets Crafty. I'm Suzanne Runyan, and I'm so excited you're joining me for this video. What we're gonna make is an easy eyeglass eyewear case. So let's get started. Here's what you need to make this project. A Crafter's Companion fabric and thread pack, the Janome C30 computerized sewing machine, Singer heavy-duty scissors, Fiskars soft grip loop rotary cutter, Fiskars self-healing cutting mat, Fairfield soft and toasty natural 100% cotton batting, our Panasonic iron, and then you're gonna have to grab a metal measuring tape, duct tape, and a ruler. So I want to show you my inspiration for this project. A friend of mine named Teresa, she bought this for me for a gift, and it's an eyeglass case, and it's got this little snap opening, and I 100% love it. So I thought, well, there's got to be a way to actually recreate this using the products, of course, we have here at HSN. So I'm going to show you the final project, and then I'm going to take you through the whole thing. And I think the biggest surprise is how that snap happens, so stick around to see it. Here's the first part. We're actually going to cut our fabric. The first piece, and this is my main piece that you're going to see on the outside of the eye case, this is going to be 5.5, and we stay consistent with that for the next 3 cuts I'm gonna make. But the length on this one is going to be 15 inches, so 5.5 by 15 inches. And I love this mat because it's self-healing, and I really love this rotary cutter. Now we're gonna do the internal piece, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna add 4 inches. You want 2 inches on one end and 2 inches on the other end. So now we're gonna do 5.5 wide, and at this point we're gonna go to 19 inches long. So now it's time to cut the cotton batting. And this is great because it's soft and it's gonna protect the eyewear, your glasses from scratching, and make it pliable when you're sticking your glasses or sunglasses inside this. So once again, this is the same size as the original one, which is 5.5 by 15. Okay, now that piece is cut. So now I'm gonna take the longest piece of fabric I have, and I'm actually gonna create like a little well. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna actually take it and make a little teeny fold here, because we're just gonna clean up the design. I'm gonna use my Panasonic, and I'm just gonna iron that down on that side. I'm gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. Now, I'm gonna take my other fabric because we wanna make sure we have this equally distributed in the middle. So this is my fabric and this is my batting. And I just wanna take it and make sure I have the same amount of space on one end. So I have about 1.5 inches on this end, and I wanna make sure this is equal. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna actually bend this down. I'm gonna bring this over to this little edge. And I'm just gonna iron that because when I go to sew, it's gonna hold it in place for me. And then I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the opposite end. Notice too, I had the main fabric, the batting, and then the wrong side on the opposite side. So I had those all placed together. All right, on the other end, I'm gonna do the same thing. Now here's my little secret. How do you make this actually snap into place? Well, you use a metal ruler like this, a tape measure. So we know this is 5.5 inches, so I'm just gonna cut it a little bit smaller because I need room to sew on both sides. Because these are really sharp on the ends, you don't want them to tear through the project. I'm gonna just cut off that little pointy corner. This is the reason why you need a little duct tape, is you're gonna take a little piece of this and you're gonna protect those ends as well. It's just a nice idea so it doesn't hurt whatever you have inside of the case. And then I'm gonna trim those off the same way I trimmed the metal part. Okay, so this part's important. When you take your little ruler pieces, you wanna make sure to have the curve going in the right direction, so when you pop it open, it's gonna make that little pop or snap. So what you do is take your ruler, and then I'm gonna place it down, and I'm actually placing it in the little wells that you're gonna see us sew and make in just a second. Now we're gonna go to the sewing machine, and this is our Janome. It's really lightweight, it's got a lot of great functions, and it's computerized. But out of the box, I'm literally gonna do a straight stitch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave my little ruler piece in there, and now I'm gonna encase it. And that's why that little channel that we measured out earlier, that's the reason why we did that. Here's a little pro tip that I wanna share with you. When you start to sew, you want to actually start in just a little bit further than the edge, because what you're gonna do is we're gonna do what's called like a locking stitch. There's a button right here that I love, and I use it all the time. It's right there. You press it, you'll hear a beep, and watch what happens now. It's gonna go backwards, and I'm gonna go backwards to the front of my project, release it, and now I'm gonna go forwards once again. And that's nice because I'm gonna have it locked into place, and I know it's gonna be a secure stitch. And now I'm just gonna go to the opposite side. I'm doing the exact same thing. Okay, so this is my exterior. Now what I'm gonna do to finish it up is I'm gonna fold both sides together. And now remember, we've got our ruler in there, so I'm feeling for where that ruler is. And I'm just gonna do, once again, a simple straight stitch down this edge. Now, one little note too is you're gonna see this can get a little baggy underneath here. So you wanna kind of make sure you pull on that just slightly and sort of hold it while you're sewing it through the machine. Now we're gonna do the opposite sides. Okay, so now I'm just gonna clean up those raw edges to make it a little bit neater. Again, just see how nice and neat that is now as opposed to being kind of sloppy. We'll turn it around. We're gonna do it on the opposite side as well. Now is the big reveal. So at this point, you open it up, and now we're gonna just turn it inside out. So you just push it through, you turn it inside out, you're gonna flip those little rulers over because you can feel them, and then you can use anything. I grabbed a Cricut tool, but it could be a pencil or whatever, and you're just gonna push this in to get it to come out the other side. Okay, the last step is I'm just gonna press it because I like it to be a little bit of a cleaner look, so I'm just gonna take my hot iron, I'm gonna press the whole thing down just to make it a little sharper looking, more professional. And voila, we're done. So you can put whatever you want in here. These will fit big sport glasses. I'm putting my reading glasses in there, whatever it might be, and that is our little project. And remember, whether it's an eyeglass case or you want to make a little headphone case, you can make this in any dimension or any size you want. You're just going to adjust your measurements. So that's it for now. Please like me on Suzanne Runyan, HSN. Please share my video. I'd love that too. I'd love you to share the ideas with others. And thanks for joining me on HSN Gets Crafty.